Turn around once. Just turn around. Just turn around, turn around. See, all of you see what's written on his t-shirt. A. Yeah, that's where you start. A. Don't start with Z. A. You must start with A. A means it's a beginning, isn't it? So, where should you start? Does it happen in stages? Where should you start? I think we've been repeatedly saying you can only start from where you are. You cannot start somewhere else. Don't try to start anywhere. There's nothing to start. It's already long ago it's been started. You are trying to just hasten it, that's all. You can't start it. It's already started. You are longing to grow. Has started, isn't it? Maybe you're thinking of more money, but that's only your misunderstanding. But essentially, you want to be something more. That's a spiritual process. Misguided, but a spiritual process. You want to become powerful, you want to become rich, you want to become knowledgeable, you want to be loved, you want to have pleasure. All these are spiritual processes going in wrong directions, that's all. You're unconsciously conducting a spiritual process. If you conduct anything unconsciously, you may flounder every step, maybe off the mark, isn't it? If you walk, now if I tell you, drive home with your eyes closed, before you get out of the parking lot, you will be in quite a bit of mess, isn't it? So now, don't try to start anywhere. Just become more and more conscious. As you become more conscious, it will naturally find its way. To be conscious, to be aware, what it means. If you try to be aware, you cannot be aware. People are always mistaking mental alertness for awareness. Mental alertness will enhance your ability to survive better. You can survive better with mental alertness. But that is not awareness. Awareness means, right now are you here, right now? Do you know that you're here? That's awareness. You're aware. That's why you know that you're here. Otherwise you would not know. Suppose you do not know that you're here, isn't it? If somebody, you know. So someone is dead, poke, no awareness. Someone is asleep, poke, immediately there. Now you don't have to be poked, still you're there. So what I'm saying is, your awareness anyway is coming in different stages. Have you noticed at different times of the day you're in different levels of awareness? So it can be heightened. What is needed for survival naturally happens. Even when it comes to survival mode, not every individual is alert to the same extent. Now you're driving on the street. Not everybody is alert to the same extent. It's a survival process, driving. But not everybody is alert to the same extent. So even in the survival mode, not everybody is alert to the same extent, and that can be heightened. If you heighten this awareness continuously, a point will come where it's no more about survival. Something that is not needed for your survival will also come into your awareness. When that comes into your awareness, that which is not needed for your survival is bound to be a dimension beyond the physical. So when that comes into your living experience of life, you're on. Very simple. Those 7 days, what we were doing with you is slowly wind you up, wind you up, wind you up in such a way that you become more and more aware. Suddenly after 5-6 days, you are like… After that, if you kept up your practice, gradually it'll move up every day. Otherwise, slowly you became dim once again. Have you noticed this? You steadily keep up your practice, how your awareness is. You give it up and slowly, voltage is going down. If voltage goes down, the light becomes dim. Light becomes dim, you see very few things. The voltage is really high, light becomes really bright, and you see everything. This is awareness. So you don't work on your awareness or your consciousness or your spiritual growth. You just work upon your voltage. You keep your energies up as much as possible, and when energies are up, you tend to get entangled with something. You make sure you don't get entangled with anything. See, an adolescent is far more energetic than other people, but he's always getting into trouble because he has the energy, but he doesn't have the stability. So to have the energy and to maintain the stability, if you do these two things, if you do, the rest will happen by itself. Nothing to do. Simply sit and enjoy.
In the realm of the spiritual journey, let us ponder upon these three intriguing questions. What is it that truly drives a soul towards the quest for enlightenment? How does one discern the voice of their inner being amidst the cacophony of the external world? And, in the pursuit of spiritual awakening, what transformations occur within the very essence of our being? A spiritual journey is not a journey of distance, but of depth. It begins not with steps, but with a shift in perception. Imagine a person who has lived their entire life within the confines of a small room, their understanding of the world limited to the walls that surround them. One day, a window is opened, and a sliver of light illuminates corners of the room previously shrouded in darkness. This light represents the initial awakening, the first glimpse into a reality much grander than previously imagined. It is the moment when the spiritual journey truly begins. As the journey unfolds, the seeker encounters various challenges and revelations. Consider the caterpillar, content in its world until the urge to cocoon arises. The cocooning process, much like meditation and introspection, is a solitary and transformative phase. Within this cocoon of self-reflection, the caterpillar undergoes a profound metamorphosis, emerging as a butterfly, a being of beauty, freedom, and a completely new perspective of the world. The spiritual journey also involves the shedding of layers. Just as a tree sheds its leaves in autumn, preparing for the renewal of spring, the seeker must let go of old beliefs, fears, and attachments. This process is not without its pain and struggles, akin to the shedding of skin in a snake. But it is through this shedding that growth and renewal are possible. A critical aspect of the spiritual journey is the understanding and practice of love and compassion. Love here is not limited to an emotion or attachment, but a universal, unconditional love that transcends all barriers and biases. It is like the sun, shining equally upon all, without judgment or preference. The journey culminates in the realization that the seeker and the sought are one and the same. The distinction between the seeker and the divine, the individual and the universe, dissolves. This realization is akin to the drop of water returning to the ocean. It never was separate, the separation was only an illusion. Dear seekers, the spiritual journey is an odyssey of returning to one's true self, of discovering an interconnectedness with the universe, and of transforming from a state of unconscious existence to conscious unity. It is a path of love, understanding, and the ultimate realization that we are not mere travelers in the universe, we are the universe itself, experiencing itself through the myriad forms of life. This understanding is vital for real transformation, for it is in recognizing our true nature that we find peace, purpose, and profound joy. Continuing our exploration of the spiritual journey, we delve deeper into the essence of this transformative process. Once the realization dawns that we are the universe experiencing itself, a profound shift occurs in our perception of life and existence. This shift is not merely intellectual but experiential, permeating every aspect of our being. In this heightened state of awareness, we begin to see synchronicities and patterns in life that were previously unnoticed. These are not mere coincidences but the language of the universe, guiding and communicating with us. Imagine walking in a forest, lost in thought, and suddenly a bird's song catches your attention, redirecting your path to a beautiful clearing you hadn't noticed before. Such is the nature of these synchronicities. They guide us subtly, aligning our path with our true purpose. As we progress on this journey, our values and priorities undergo a significant transformation. Material pursuits and superficial pleasures lose their allure as we seek deeper, more meaningful connections and experiences. Our relationships evolve, becoming more authentic and heart-centered. We become like a tree that seeks not to possess the earth but to root deeply into it, drawing nourishment and providing shelter and sustenance to others. This journey also involves embracing the shadow aspects of ourselves. Just as the moon has its phases of light and darkness, so too do we have aspects that we celebrate and others we often hide. Spiritual growth involves acknowledging and integrating these shadows, not with judgment or fear, but with understanding and compassion. This integration is akin to an artist blending light and dark shades on canvas, creating a masterpiece of depth and beauty. Meditation and mindfulness become not just practices but a way of living. We find stillness amidst chaos, clarity amidst confusion, and wisdom in simplicity. Each moment becomes an opportunity to practice presence, to observe the dance of life with detachment and joy. It is like watching a river flow, ever changing, ever flowing, yet always remaining true to its essence. As we near the zenith of our spiritual journey, we find that the distinction between the sacred and the mundane blurs. Every act, every encounter becomes an opportunity for spiritual growth and expression. The mundane act of washing dishes or walking in nature becomes a meditation, a celebration of the present moment. In the ultimate realization, we come to understand that there is no destination in this journey. The journey itself is the purpose. We are not moving towards enlightenment, we are unfolding into it with every breath, every step. We discover that enlightenment is not an achievement but a recognition of what has always been true, that we are, and always have been, one with the universe, expressions of its infinite creativity and love. In this way, dear seekers, the spiritual journey, a journey without distance, brings us back to where we began, to ourselves, to the here and now. It's in this recognition that the true transformation happens, not as a change into something new, but as an awakening to our timeless and true nature.